At exactly 6:47 a.m., the USS Ronald Reagan, a Nimitz-class supercarrier worth $6.2 billion, cut through the waters of the Taiwan Strait at 18 knots. The carrier strike group moved in standard formation. Two Arleigh Burke-class destroyers positioned 12 miles ahead, the guided missile cruiser USS Antietam maintaining station 8 miles to starboard. On the flight deck, an F/A-18 Super Hornet sat ready for the morning's first patrol sortie, its twin F414GE 400 engines already pre-flighted. Below deck, 5,000 personnel went through their morning routines. The carrier's AN/SPY-1D radar system swept the horizon in overlapping arcs. The Phalanx CIWS stations stood manned and ready, their 20mm rotary cannons capable of firing 4,500 rounds per minute. But the defensive posture was different today. 3 weeks of intelligence reports had warned of drone swarm testing near Fuzhou. The carrier group was operating under Threat Condition Bravo with enhanced radar coverage and doubled combat air patrols. Then at 6:52 a.m., a radar operator caught exactly what they'd been briefed to find. The contact appeared as multiple small returns, flying in tight formation just 200 feet above the water. Distance, 15 miles and closing. The radar signature matched intelligence predictions perfectly. Too small, too numerous, slow-moving contacts under 100 miles per hour, consistent with UAVs. The operator keyed his comms with zero hesitation. Air contact, bearing 285, multiple bogies, low altitude, assessed drone swarm. The tactical action officer activated the carrier group's integrated air defense protocols immediately. 4 F/A-18. Super Hornets banked hard, afterburners igniting, accelerating through Mach 1.2. 2 EA-18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft climbed to altitude, their ALQ-99 jamming pods already cycling through frequencies. The destroyers shifted formation, creating overlapping defensive zones. As the Combat Air Patrol closed to within 18 miles, their AN/APG-79 AESA radars painted the targets with perfect clarity. 12 contacts, then 18, then 24. The CAP leader's voice came through calm and precise. Multiple small UAVs, confirmed drone swarm, weapons free on my mark. What the Chinese operators 200 miles away didn't know was that American signals intelligence had been tracking their communications for 11 days. The CH-901 kamikaze drones, each carrying an 11-pound high-explosive warhead, had been launched 73 minutes earlier. Cost per unit, $31,000. Total package for 48 drones, $1.5 million. The Americans had already wargamed this exact scenario 16 times in the previous month. The EA-18G Growlers began electronic attack at 28 miles out, their jamming systems targeting the specific frequency bands Chinese drone data links operated on. The effect was immediate. Several drones exhibited degraded control and erratic flight paths, their AI unable to compensate for the sophisticated interference patterns. The remaining 42 continued on inertial navigation, still dangerous, still closing. At 6:58 a.m., the first wave attempted to split. Distance to carrier, 8.3 miles. The 16 drones tried to separate into 4 groups, but the jamming had degraded their coordination. They bunched together, creating easier targets. At 1.4 miles, the 4 Super Hornets opened fire with their M61 Vulcan cannons. The 20mm rounds, fired in precise 2-second bursts, created walls of lead the drones couldn't maneuver around. 5 drones disintegrated in the first pass. The fighters broke left and right, circling for another run. 3 more drones exploded into fragments. The surviving 8 drones pressed forward, now inside 4 miles. The destroyers engaged with RIM-116, rolling airframe missiles, weapons designed for exactly this threat: small, maneuverable, low-altitude targets. 12 white contrails streaked outward. Impact. 7 drones vanished from the scopes in rapid succession, their warheads detonating harmlessly over open water. 1 drone survived, damaged, but flying. The Phalanx system on the destroyer USS Halsey tracked it at 1.8 miles. The radar-guided cannon fired a 1.2-second burst. The drone ceased to exist. First wave eliminated. Time elapsed, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. 0 impacts on friendly forces. The second wave came at 7:02 a.m., 16 drones approaching from a different bearing, but there was no gap in coverage. The Aegis combat system had created a defensive bubble with no blind spots. 2 additional F/A-18S had launched from the Reagan's deck, bringing the total combat air patrol to 6 fighters. As the second wave closed to 12 miles, the fighters split into 3 sections. The first engaged head-on with cannon fire. The second attacked from the flank with AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles, the infrared seekers perfect for small drone targets. The third positioned high, ready to intercept any breakthrough. The second wave never made it past 5 miles. The F/A-18S carved through the formation like aerial predators. 6 AIM-9X missiles launched, 6 drones destroyed. Each missile cost $380,000, expensive compared to the drones, but the mathematics of defending a $6.2 billion carrier made the trade-off simple. The remaining drones scattered. Cannon fire ripped through 3 more at ranges between 2.4 and 3.1 miles. The destroyers fired another volley of rolling airframe missiles, eliminating 4 additional targets. The Phalanx systems engaged the final 3 at ranges under 1 mile, their 75 rounds per second fire rate creating an impenetrable barrier. Second wave eliminated, time elapsed, 3 minutes, 18 seconds. 0 impacts. At 7:09 a.m., the third wave made its approach. Only 12 drones remained from the original 48 drone package. Chinese operators had lost 75% of their swarm without inflicting any damage. The third wave flew lower, just 50 feet above the water, but the cruiser USS Antietam's SPY-1B radar, operating in surface search mode, painted every drone with crystal clarity. The F/A-18 Super Hornets intercepted at 8 miles, destroying 5 drones. The destroyer's missiles accounted for 4 more. The remaining 3 drones, their guidance systems completely jammed, flew erratic paths. At one point, 4 miles, 1.1 miles, and 0.9 miles respectively, the 3 final drones were shredded by 20mm fire. Third wave eliminated. Time elapsed, 2 minutes, 54 seconds. 0 impacts. The entire engagement lasted 11 minutes and 47 seconds. The USS Ronald Reagan continued on course, undamaged, fully operational. American expenditure: 31 rolling airframe missiles at $905,000 each, 6 AIM-9X Sidewinders at $380,000 each, and approximately 4,200 rounds of 20mm ammunition. Total defensive cost: $30.4 million. Total enemy loss: 48 drones worth $1.5 million, plus complete mission failure. The real cost to China was strategic. American signals intelligence had monitored every communication. Analysts now possessed complete data on Chinese drone swarm tactics, command frequencies, and AI behavior patterns. Initial intelligence assessments began within hours. The incident proved what American naval planners had believed. Properly trained carrier strike groups operating with integrated air defense and advanced electronic warfare could defeat drone swarm attacks with near-perfect efficiency. In subsequent exercises and simulations across the Pacific, not a single drone penetrated to within 2,000 feet of an American capital ship. The carrier strike group remained the most powerful projection of military force on Earth, and $30 million in defensive missiles was a small price to pay for maintaining that dominance.